Oh, that took a minute. Uh, whole computer crash there before it could go live. Must be a good show today. So, people, here we are. I hope you can hear me. And it looks like my mic is working better. I don't know what was up with that. I hope it's working all right. So, let me know if you get in here. If you can hear me, please. Can everybody hear me? It takes a minute or so to get started. We're going to do the Trust Crash Course today with Liberty Aid Academy. This is John McCagg, Jack McCagg too, I'm out there as. So, we're going to talk about this tax-free trust today and how you can use it. Really, anyone. Oh, but my business. Oh, but it's just for me. Whatever your reason, you don't have to pay taxes anymore. You see what I'm saying? And you don't have to report taxes. No paying, no reporting. 100% legal. I'm going to go through all that is totally legal to do it. All right? Been doing this for many years. Happy, super happy students, clients, right? Over a long period of time. Been doing this with proof posted that I do it myself since 2016. No issues whatsoever. Everything's happy. Everything's legal. We got a school. Everything's good about it. This is a Trust Crash Course. We're going to tell you about Liberty Aid Academy. We're going to tell you about the trust. We're going to give you all this information. Okay. So wait a minute, and then we got to get some people in here because, hey, what's the number one? What's the number one thing the USA is noted for, right? What's the number one thing? Number one, censorship, right? You can't be seen if you're doing the truth. It's really hard. So I'm the only one that's doing the truth. So I'm glad you made it here, and we're going to do the truth today. The Trust Crash Course, all right? So let's go into it. Anyone? Just, you have any question as we go along, just type it out. This is a live event, so we're just going to do questions. This is a time I'm out here, taking on all comers, all questions, because you want to hear it in a certain way, a different way, whatever. I keep saying this all the time. This is so easy to do. We have the training for you. Once you know the information and we train you, it's super easy to do this, right? Well, let's get into it a little bit, okay? We're talking about the tax-free trust, right? Anyone can operate a trust for any financial reason, right? You have a bank account, you run your money through it, in and out, all the money, everything for any individual or any business, okay? 100% legal to do this. There are no illegal, there's nothing to worry about, nothing, and it's incredibly easy. No reporting of taxes, no filling out of any tax documents to the IRS forever. And forever. All you do is get the EIN, you're done. Okay, and no, we're paying taxes ever. Okay, and why do people struggle with this? I looked it up today. And there's a quote that everybody seems to know. It's from Benjamin Franklin, and he's written a letter about the Constitution of the Igawee Trust. So he's pro-trust, that trust, and he says, because this is the entire quote, all right? Our new Constitution is now established, comma, and has an appearance that promises permanency, comma. But in this world, nothing can be said to be certain, comma, except death and taxes. Well, isn't that interesting? And if you look it up, and this is Wikipedia, okay? This is super mainstream. You can go look this up on Wikipedia. I did this morning. Super easy, okay? So everybody's like, oh, I got to pay taxes. No, well, that's where it comes from. Now, Benjamin Franklin, being a great plagiarist, yeah, Exactly. Benjamin Franklin, being a great, plagiarist, apparently lifted that quote, right? Tax free is fine. However, everyone needs funding. Uh, yeah, funding. We serve others. I still serve others. I don't know where people get this idea that you get to stop serving others. You know what I mean? Your funding comes from your service to others. You follow me? You can use all these hacks. You could get funding from the government. You could do all this stuff. But in the end, our karma has placed us back in the body here. So we have to serve others. We have to get out of here. We didn't get everything right. You see, I still serve people as best as I possibly can. So, and I do teach still in this how to get credit for your trust and so on. That's still in this training. So, and there'll be an offshoot of this archived material that I have, Timothy, because it can't be in with the school. You follow me? We can't stay open. This school cannot stay open. We can't get a payment processor. Nobody can get paid here. We can't have a team to help you if we get into that, getting out of debt stuff in the school. So we're not going to get into that, all right? Because we're moving to a new platform, and we just want to. This trust is so important that we can't be blocked from getting this trust out. You follow me? So I'm going to archive that information in another area. Nothing to do with my name or nothing like that. Because, what is that phrase in the Bible? If you don't get the mark of the beast, you can't get paid, right? So, it's navigating that treacherousness of, the truth. The truth is censored. Obviously, if we can't have the word debt or credit on our website, period, as the school gets shut down immediately. So what does that inference let you know? Oh, okay. Every website that has debt or credit on it is some way, stealing your debt, stealing your credit. A bunch of liars, obviously, with no proof. All of them. So, yeah, I said it. So, anyway, so we've had to focus on this, Timothy. It's a good question. It took up an inordinate amount of our time and energy, and it made it really, in the end, impossible with this level of censorship that's in now. You can't, if you go on YouTube and you search for any topic whatsoever, you're never going to find just some human video. You know what I mean? Like, it's always either news or, one of the influenza-ers, right? Influenza, right? The V is silent, all that, right? The influencers, give you influenza, the influencers. So that's who's out there. So, censorship is incredibly real, and it affects everything. Your access to the truth. People had access to the truth for me for many, 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 many years. And, they thought it was all going to be like that for a while. Things are like this now. I keep telling you, I put out this information, and people, well, I'm going to get to it. Well, guess what? You follow me? Liberty AIDS Bulletproof Trust received any updates? It's received updates in its add-on information, like the information that goes with it, and it's received training updates that go with it. And it's received one major update since then, I would say. One major update. And then small, some of the training's a little bit different. But the trust itself hasn't changed that much. Oh, right? I'm in labor. I'm trying to give birth to this, awakening. Thank you. Thank you, G. It is a happy day. Thank you. Happy day to everyone else, G, and everyone. Yeah, happy day. I don't use the, son of the morning star's name. It's not good to say that word out loud. Like, morning is one of their names, right? Don't say that word. Good morning. No, it's not. You say Christ's name instead. Anyway, yeah, that whole topic. So let's get back into this because we're actually on topic. You'd be surprised. We're going to go back to this quote. I'm going into this the death of Texas quote, okay? Now, Franklin lifted that quote. Give me a sec here, Timothy. Lifted that quote, okay, from a book that was already written. And this book that Franklin took it from was written by the author of Robinson Crusoe. Now, you may not know this about Robinson Crusoe. I did not until I looked at this on Wikipedia. The Bible is the most translated book that exists. You know what's number 2? Robinson Crusoe. So, okay, you know, you got God's book, right? And then you got number 2 book would be written by your author, you know, from the, you know, the rival, you know. How do you know that? How do you know that? Right? He got his fame, and now he's writing a book. Well, you can go read this book, and the book that Benjamin Franklin lifted this quote about death in Texas from is a book written by this guy, Daniel Defoe. That's the author that wrote Robinson Crusoe. And the name of the book that Franklin lifted it from is called The Political History of the Devil. Yeah, and you should read a little bit of it. I did. And in the beginning, really what Daniel's main thrust of his argument is, listen, everybody says the devil's a bad guy, but he's really not. That's the intro. I'm like, I don't know if I need to go past the intro, you know? Ouch. You follow me? So, yeah. If you're into like, I have extra money, and, you know, I'm pro-devil, you know what I'm saying? Like, because that's who wrote it. That's who wrote it. This guy writing about he's a pro-devil guy. You know what I mean? Go read the book. And Franklin lifted the quote, so he must be pro-we 33. You follow me? So it's not true. You know, because what? The Ingon Wheat Trucks is tax-free. It's at the top of the heap. It's a trust. That's how I found it. You're operating with a trust at the same level. You're not going to pay up taxes. The Ingon Wheat Trust doesn't pay up taxes. You follow me? This whole taxes are ubiquitous thing, you know. No, it's not. And once you look at the root of all evil, right? The devil's in the details. You follow me? All I did, and the devil's in the details on Wikipedia, for crying out loud. You know what I mean? It wasn't much of a search until you find out the truth of this quote about taxes. You follow me? So I am an accountant. I'm just not a horrible accountant like everybody else, okay? I'm just following the rules. Why would I be like, oh, you got to pay taxes and let me help you? I'm not looking for ongoing tax clients. Now, I'm not like, I'm the other side. I'm not like, hey, the government's great, pay them all your money. You know, tip them if you love them. Go ahead. I haven't heard anybody doing that, but don't be forced to tip them. You know what I mean? Follow the rule, follow the law. It's much simpler, and you get all this time back, right? There's no reporting, so you get all this time, not just money, but you get this time back. You follow me? So, okay, let's look at the root there of that all evil of the taxes are ubiquitous and you can't get out of them. Okay, true, not true. Okay, it's a made up fairy tale. Okay, let me go over what the peeps been writing down here for a minute. I just wanted to throw that in there. Just for a little information, and then you could go look it up yourself. You follow me? Okay. Tax-free is fine. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Timothy, great. All right. That's cool. That's okay. Excellent, Timothy. That's no problem. That you say the EIN is not on file. It doesn't matter at all. It's on file. It doesn't matter what the bank does. Who cares what the bank, however, as long as money goes in and out of the bank account, that's all you need the bank to do. The IRS gives designation to whether you report or whether you don't report or whether you pay taxes or whether you don't pay taxes. It doesn't have nothing to do with what the bank says or how they do anything. Absolutely nothing to do with it. You use the EIN, and that's it. It's on file, not on file. You bring it in with you. You hand it to them. It's on file. So that's what they open the trust up under, And if they done that, that's all you need to do. And if Hancock Whitney Bank like refuses to do that, go to another bank. There are plenty of banks that do this. No big deal. Never heard of them anyway. You must be in a small town or something. I understand. You know, the gangsters don't want to give you easy access. I never heard of this ever. But if as long as you brought in the EIN and that, it should be fine. Okay. Is it possible after 2 months? Oh, top of the day, right? Average guy. Yeah, you don't feel very average when we get into it, but that's excellent. Top of the day to you, too, sir. Is it possible after 2 months of setting up the trust that I can obtain $10K of funding even if I have bad personal credit? Yes, it is. If you follow the steps in the business finance course, you jump on it like, you know, you like day one. You have to, you know, it's like you have to put in some work every day. You know what I mean? Because you got to set up the credit profile of the trust correctly. Okay, correct address, that kind of stuff, right? And then, okay, that's like the first step to get into. That's what we teach you. And then it's like, okay, then you have to build credit. Yes. So yes, the answer to that is yes, but you have to put in the work. That's like, you know, okay, because the initial part is more work. You don't repeat it. You know, you don't repeat. Like once you build the initial credit profile for a trust, which you have to choose a name and address and these other things anyway, and a few other things. And so once you have that information and you build that profile, you don't do that part again. You're just constantly building up credit. You know what I mean? So yes, it's possible. Just, you know, because some of it in the beginning is like, you know, you're doing the training, you got to think it through and do it. And just new information takes a minute to put in. Maybe not for you, you know. But different people's like speed of learning and going forward is at a different rate. But it is possible for sure. Yeah. Where do I find competent training to form and fund a church? Oh, excellent. You get this trust, and then you have a church. Boom. Okay? And we have the training. It's the same training, actually. So that's it. And fund a church, your service to Christ funds the church, right? And if you do it well, people will donate to the church. And that's that. Okay? You can take the form of what? Any individual or any business, you can do anything to fund that church. Okay? Good question. X24 LLC. Oh, ouch. Yeah, that's a dangerous place to be, and they can take your money, right? But in this trust, they can't take your money. Yay. Okay, Awakened. You had some good input recently. Let's see. The EIN was successfully created. Yeah, right. So you go to another bank. You see to say, yeah. It seems a setup for tax evasion because a bank member set up the account under the Social Security number. Yeah. It seems like they're evading you back into taxes. Like they're evading your ability to get out of taxes. Oh my God. You go to another bank. Ouch. They have online banking. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be like brick and mortar too. Like, you know, they have accounts like Schwab, you know, and there's a checking account attached to their securities account. There's just more options now. Best bank I like is Chase because they have the best credit products, but there are a lot of them out there. Oh, the affidavit, Tracy. I think that's just a piece of, yeah. Oh, right, affidavit. He didn't mean to say affidavit. I remember I was talking about it. I had, that's right. He kept saying affidavit. I was like, declaration. You mean the declaration of trust? You mean the paperwork you started? He's like, yeah. Oh, that's not an affidavit. I was like, yeah. You know what I mean? Tracy. That's what that was. So, hey. Funny, right? I know. I didn't know what it took me a minute but I was actually talking to him, you know. We were getting rolling. I had a consultation with him, and he kept saying that word affidavit. I was like, I did what? And I was like, oh. So, yeah, but it's in that video the way he said that. That's funny. Yeah, okay. X24 LLC says IRS server, at least a dozen different kinds of trusts. Okay. I'm not sure what that means. Okay. Hey, Jerry, no problem. Happy to give the information. What makes us different too, right? We have the proof. Proof identified myself is up, and proof of our client's testimonials with notarized affidavits. No other school, accountant, or lawyer has those two pieces, right? Nowhere. You could receive that information, that testimony, that proof exists nowhere else on earth. No other school, no school has proof of outcome. We do, right? Who is this? Marvin, it's always good to have you here. You're always like a breath of fresh air. Let's see what. Top of the morning, top of the afternoon. Yes. No, Marvin. No, I mean you got. I did a video on that paperwork, so you do it the best you can, and they're always. I can't. The government's always changing this little thing, because they're like they don't want to make this so easy for us all the time, but if you've done most of any application right, so don't get hung up. I might not have done the application perfectly, because you're going to get something back from wherever you applied for, whatever, whether it be credit or it doesn't, I give you not just information like what to fill in every box, but all the principles. So one of the principles is fill out any application, right? Go forward. And if you have a bad outcome like Timothy does, well, I don't want to bank there anymore, but that's super rare. What happens usually is you get a comeback and like, oh, you need to fill out this part of the application different. You didn't do it right. Okay, well, you just fill out the application again, and then okay, this county, this state, this whatever, right? That's what they meant on this form by that question. Whereas it's always a little different. That's why I try to give you the principles in this course, you see? Okay. But no, Marvin, just the usual that, okay? What's what. Just no worries, just head into it, do your best with the information you have and the principles, which, we give good training here, and you get there. And if you're like, oh, they hung me up on this, that's what the email's for, hey. Or a consult if they really hang you up or something, yeah, we got to talk, great. I'm here. That's why time comes with this trust, because, we got to chat about each situation. 99% of it, our situation is exactly the same, but we have different location and we have, different things going on. So we talk through our little different situational issues, and then you're good to go. Yeah, you did bring, okay, Timothy, cool. So under the law, a person is a trust. Yes, Timothy, right, exactly. A person it's actually, it's a sub-corporation of the Ingar We Trust. You know what I mean? So you can say it's a trust, but it's actually not, it's really a trust, you see? A trust is like, you have access to all the positions, say, you know what I mean? In the Ingar We Trust, trust exists, you can read it on the money, it's happening, all that stuff. But a person is one of the types of corporation formed under the Ingar We Trust, like an LLC, a nonprofit, things that you get at your Secretary of State, So that a person is, you don't get it from the Secretary of State exactly, but you get it for the birth certificate, the straw man, they create that corporation, the person, right? The corporate soul has, different names. But on all the paperwork everywhere, it's person, like Timothy says right there. It's sort of, it's a sub-corporation. So there's some places where wording might sort of line up that it's a trust, but it's really a sub-trust. It's a subcorporation. It's a corporation type of that trust. So you can say, yeah, it's a trust. It's not completely wrong, but just to be more accurate a little bit. That's all. Just I'm here trying to help out, Timothy. I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying, I try to give principles when we discuss stuff. You follow me? Okay. Average guy's sitting on the fence. Ow, that sounds pokey. Youch. The white picket fence is not a place to sit. Let me tell you. Inherently lazy. Well, there's nothing going on in the world. They're not closing things up. It doesn't matter. There won't be a time when they say you can't do this anymore. They never do that. No. Take your time. What's the rush? So funny. Brian, what class can I take to learn how to write the correct paperwork, hand in the bank? Yeah, we have the paperwork written. Really, we train you how to use that paperwork, right? You're going to need to, and we give training on what name of the trust and the address of the trust, really, and the only two pieces of information you really need to fill in the paperwork. And we give you a lot of guidance on why to name it or address it, this or that. So, we have all that. And there's only one trust you can get. The McTagg Mastery Trust is the only one, okay? So it's on our website. It's the only one. And we found if it doesn't come with the right amount of training and with some of my time, some people get, off course. And our goal, and it will always remain our goal, is simply, this works for everyone. And so far that's been going fine. I hope that answers that. I'm going to have the email, contact@liberty8academy.org up later. That's how to ask any question, okay? If you have any, hey, I didn't get it in this or whatever, go there, email us. Happy to help you out, okay? If we don't cover something, Brian. Heal through faith. Hey, Jack, I now live in Florida. Oh, I now live in Florida. Nice. Sweet. Trust was open in New York. You're registered. Yes. Perfect. That's what I did. The first trust I started, not exactly, but the first trust I started was in another state than Florida, and I registered it in Florida. It was in Arizona where I started the first one. So yes, 100%, yes, no problem. Perfect, yay, I'm happy for you. Way to come to the only good place left. Wonder why that is. Not. Should I register, Tracy, should I register the trust with Social Security as a business trust? Sure. Well, however listen, each state's, if a state has a registration process for a trust, pick whatever registration path they give you. It doesn't matter what Secretary of State labels it as, personal, business. It's like if the bank labels it as business or personal. It doesn't matter. The IRS is the one that decides, and they already give you an EIN. You follow me? These other word choices are meant as mental programming blocks on you to slow down your super easy progress, The IRS gives the designation that you don't report ever, no matter what the Secretary of State says, no matter what the bank says, no matter what. You follow me? So that's just a principle you have to get really ingrained in there. You follow me? If they say business trust, sure, hey, yeah, great, fantastic. If they don't, fantastic. It doesn't matter either way. Okay, but whatever path gets you registered, you could be seen, because all you're trying to do is you fill an application for credit, because you don't have to listen. All the other people listening, you don't have to register trust as Secretary of State. You simply don't to operate one. You don't. This is someone asking a question, an advanced question, and the only reason you register as Secretary of State is to get credit, okay? And that's not, every trust doesn't need that and all that stuff, okay? We give the training, it comes with it now, but it's more advanced, okay? So just to connect everybody to this question that maybe doesn't know as much, okay? So, all right, we answered it, but we're good. All right. Dee Dee, I thought I did an affidavit for my trust video. I hope you did. That would be nice. I hope you did. I don't know. Did you get an email or something? I don't know about that. I don't know, Dee Dee. Email us back if there's anything up. We'll sort you out. And thank you, Dee Dee, for all your positive everything over the many years. Dee Dee's been doing this a long time and has only good experiences that have happened from getting this trust. She could write 10 books, I'm sure. So, let's see. Number 24. The IRS serves at least a different. Yeah, that's good for them. We give the training on how to get the right EIN, no problem. Jerry, I opened my trust at Chase Bank. Yay! Legal looked at it and gave the go-ahead. Boop. The account operated for around 1 month in good standing, and the compliance department said they were closing the account. Oh, sorry to hear that. That's unusual. In that case, like, it's funny. There's actually a lot of leeway, to raise red flags per se at the branch level or something like that for a trust department. So, and there's also a lot of leeway not to raise a red flag. You follow me? This is I have never heard of this happening at Chase. I've heard of it happening maybe once or twice at other banks. It's incredibly rare. But like, I had a problem first time I opened this trust. Even at the first branch, I had to go to another branch, and the main reason was they just didn't know trust that well at that branch of Chase Bank. So I went to another branch and it went smooth as silk. I didn't have no problems or nothing. So, like I tell people, Chase has the best credit products, and you went to a good bank and so on, you might want to give them a try. It might be a naming issue too of the trust. You follow me? I don't know what your trust is named and so on. So, and what if you get hung up, everyone gets time in this package. Jerry, you and I haven't talked, so why do people save up your time and you hit an issue like this? Get my time and we'll talk through this. But listen, it could be a variety of things. This isn't like a troubleshoot spot. You follow me? People come on here and so on, but listen, we have email, which we get to, and my time is available. It also comes with your package. This is the kind of thing, it's like, if someone gets hung up, hey, let's talk. I get everybody over everything. Now, come on. Marvin, yes, happy to help, Marvin, no problem. Thank you so much. Jerry, just wondering if I should tell him it was 501c3. No, you shouldn't do that. No. See, you had a little, you're fluttering in there a little bit, Jerry. You and I should talk. Get some of my time. Let's get you drilled down to where it's like you're good to go. Okay. I think you probably do it in another branch. 24. For one ring to rule them all, one master's jurisdiction of time, place is secondary to the fact alone. All right, 24. What a perfect statement. To remember all is to live all, and remember the many lifetimes. Life is fair, say the fairies. The unfairies. So funny. Yes. One ring to rule them all. Yes. And, the ring is, with this trust, you can make a ring around yourself and you cannot be touched. That's the beauty of it. You can't be stabbed in the arm or you handcuffed on the wrist. That's another good thing about this trust. They lose jurisdiction, the Igawi trust. This is jurisdiction. Well pointed out and well said in the only way the fairies can say. They can say it in a way that doesn't say it. Well said. Thank you for that input. Jerry, the reason they gave me, after a lot of back and forth, was the wording of paragraph 33 wasn't to their liking. Okay. Now that is hilarious. Ouch. Yeah. It removes their jurisdiction. And boy, does it. So, there's a lot of legal at Chase. There's a lot of this and that. And so what I'm saying is, just maybe try another branch if you want to work with them again. And listen, Jerry, it matters to you, obviously. You seem like you're going for where you got to trust them and so on somewhere else. And get my time. Let's talk, and let's work through this. It's not, I am here. I want everyone's success that day. You follow me? This shouldn't be that hard. They try and make it a little bit harder because it's such, it makes everyone's life so much easier. So they give us a little bit of a hard time, but they give us each a little bit of an individual, different little hard time or something like that. And that's why I'm here, that's why this team is here and so on. We will get you through this. They're little games or whatever. Timothy. Walton County, Florida is still full of bases. Every place is. Every single little town or inside of Earth has a basis, yes. Just look at the building across the street for the courthouse. Yeah, every courthouse is always next to the Mason building. Isn't that funny, right? It's super close. Timothy, a corporation is a person too. No, a person is a corporation. Yes. You got it backwards, but you're drilling in the right mind. You're excruciatingly close to super accurate, Timothy. So, Brian. So I'll sign up for the trust class. Yes, that's all you need. Nope. Happy to help, Brian. Happy to help. That's why I'm doing this. This is mainly for people, to get the basics of this. I'm only on slide 2, really. It's which is slide 1. And what happens is a bunch of people currently doing it with success jump in here and off we go, right? I'll get to the other slides, but it's just so funny. It lets people know it's real and it's going well for other people too, which is, our testimonials, this is kind of like a live testimonial. Everybody's like, having this little issue or that issue, but we get everybody through the gate and everybody's happy, and that's the rest of the people here like, yay! Like Rhonda Heather. Hello, Jack. Oh, love you too. Rhonda Heather, yes. People who've been doing it a long time, great. You found out that I'm on YouTube Live once a week. Fantastic. Great people who've been doing this a long time and getting some really amazing results, some really happy lives, life is easier when you know the truth. It just is. It takes a little bit to process it, like that meal doesn't go down that easy, after taking a little bite at a time. But then, you settle in and you're like, hey, well, I'm not reporting taxes, I don't pay taxes, that's better, and so on with the many other things that come with us, Body heals. What is used when employed so withholding doesn't happen? Okay, good question. Now you get this trust. You have 2 forms of paperwork you interact with, quote, employment, right? You fill out these pieces of paper to do with the IRS, right? To not do withholding. Okay. First one is a W-2, and that has to be the person. If you want to work there, you cannot fill in a trust in that form. And so they're going to do withholding and this crap and so on. You got to pay the piper. You got to pay the taxes. You're using the business called the person then. You just don't want to use that business anymore, okay? Money comes through it. It can be taxed. It can be garnished. They get, they can just yank the money out of your bank account. That can't happen with a trust. So you really want to get out of a W-2 employment situation. That's the thing you want to get out of. You can take your money you earn from that and put it in a trust. Great, it's safe and so on. They can't touch it. Great. Okay, that's an important hack and so on. And many other things you can do with that. But listen, you got to move over to the other type of employment, at least. You see what I'm saying? You'll get out of that eventually too. But you have to get into a situation that where, people call, independent contractor, right? That's like the trading. And that's a W-9 form, in which case you simply write in the trust. That's a piece of cake. Write in the trust name, the trust EIN. The money goes to the trust. They don't withhold anything. End of the year, you get a 1099. It goes to the IRS. The IRS knows you don't report, don't repay taxes to your trust. You know, you don't send no 1099. Nothing happens. Zero. That's it. Great. That's it. You see, so it's a lot of difference in your life to move from W-2 over this W-9 situation, and then even out of that. You see, it's part of the process of self-managing your money and service to others and so on. And we have that. Our advanced financial training goes into how to do that with the trust, too. Okay, Body Heals, we do teach you how to do that. Good question. Tracy, on the IRS website, it states that when a grantor and trustee are the same person, the IRS would, no, it doesn't say that. No, it doesn't. It doesn't say the same person. No, it doesn't say that. Okay, you misread it. People, you have to understand. You may have read it like that. I get that. I'm not saying you didn't read like that. But they have the most cleverly crafted marketing pop-up signs, you know, that make you want to not do this because you're not reading that properly. Again, if you're concerned about particular wording, exact wording, email us or get my time and I'll explain it to you. You see, that's not a problem because, okay? Yeah, you're misreading that, and you know, that's okay. Listen, they want you to pay taxes, so they have the best marketing possible. Okay, yes, but you're misreading the marketing. Their marketing is very clever. Obviously, the IRS. Why would they not say? Listen. Why would they not say, hey, you can get out of taxes easily by doing something like the EGOW We Trust? We do it. Right? The government does it. So why don't you do it? They wouldn't get a penny. They need that stiff, you know, strong arm marketing. Or they're not going to get any money or control of you and your time and so on. So, Tracy, you got that. Is that an NFL logo on your thing? That's a little unusual. Edwin, hey, Jack. Do you suggest a married couple running a single trust or each their own? Different situations. First of all, yes. Initially, I would say you run one trust together, and then you use, you know, whatever financial things you do together, you do through that trust. You could also have your own trust individually. You know what I mean? Like, let's say someone is, you know, they have their own business, you know, they're a doctor, they have a website, something like that, that the other party isn't involved in or something like that. You know, they can run their own money, and you can have joint running of money. So that both are possible, but I would suggest having one together because that's a true marriage, true trust. That's what you'll actually be, you lose the jurisdiction of the EGOW We Trust, you sign together, and you actually have a marriage for the first time where you trust each other and your finances and actually everything. So, that's why I suggest it too. Good question. And a lot of those topics, a lot of those things are covered in our advanced financial, what is it? Advanced Financial Solutions, I think, is our advanced course. And I mean, I need to leave nothing out in that. I don't leave anything out. So it's how to operate through every situation. Good questions, but these complex, I'm not here, you know, on slide one still. But that's in there, okay? I have through faith. I opened 2 trusts at TD and no issues. Great. In and out under 30 minutes. Great. Way to go to banker. Almost appeared they didn't even read my declaration of trust. Yeah, that's the way some places are. I'm glad you brought that up. You know, through faith. That's what I'm saying. Different banks are just like, come on through the door, and other ones are like, you know, give you a hard time. And like, you know, 99 out of 100 people that go to Chase have just like the experience you had. You know what I mean? There at TD, they had it like at Chase. So it's kind of an unusually, you know, even branch specific. It's funny, you know. So yeah, thanks for that interjection. G, I believe this trust could change my life. Definitely. Yes. You see, let me the leap of faith. Let me just tell you, you're not making a leap of faith here. No, you're not. You're not doing it at all. Listen, We have proof of my trust working since 2016 out of YouTube and all information and testimonials. We have proof. You see what I'm saying? And you should be concerned about using any other entity like an LLC or whatever. You should be really actually worried. You have a leap of faith that they won't just steal your money because it's under their Egon We Trust. It's under their jurisdiction. They can seize money any day they want to. You see what I'm saying? You're taking a leap of faith on them. And you already know they do that kind of stuff. You see, I'm taking a leap of faith. Today is the day. They're not going to steal from me. But from us, you don't take a leap of faith. We have proof this works. We're not involved in it. You're the skipper of your own ship from here on out. We're not involved. We give you the information, and we're not on paperwork or nothing like that. We're not involved. We teach people how to, get out of the jurisdiction, operate your own finances. They keep it private. Never report to anyone, not us, not them, not no one. And that's it. So, it's funny. People think that this is a leap of faith, but it's not. You take that leap of faith every day that you're not going to get, your chain yanked. Yeah, took your stuff. So look at it that way. Gee. Buddy Hills, I heard your answer, but is the school district going to allow that? I don't know what your question is, Buddy Hills. Okay. Listen. Okay, we do this question kind of weekly too. Egon We Trust loses jurisdiction, but think of it this way: if you go to Walmart and they say, "Oh, you got to wear a mask to get in here," this trust doesn't get you in a private business, which the government is a private business. It's the Egon We Trust, and so are these other businesses. It doesn't get you in the door, and so is school. It's just a mind programming location for the Egon We Trust. Here's all complete lies to your little toddlers, so they'll be our little slaves. I mean, don't send them there anyway. Just absolutely, what are you thinking about? Don't do it, Thank God. So, there's that. Benefits to your job. Well, I went into the W-2, W-9 thing. So, how you get benefits with a job or how you work it out. If you're a W-9, your benefits, you just change it a piece of paper where they pay. They don't care about that. That doesn't impact anything for places. Okay, just the W-2, W-9 place. Not every place does a W-9. Walmart's not going to be like, oh, we will do a special, we won't use a W-2 for you. No, just certain businesses do certain things. We'll allow you to come in and use the service, so we won't. Okay, well, I won't use your service. I'll wait around till, I'm not being discriminated against due to my facial covering, and I'll go elsewhere. You follow me? But they're not going to stop. They can't seize you or your things. You follow me? They can't force a service onto you. You follow me? You may not be able to use some of their service, but they can't force a service onto you. That's the difference. You get that distinction? You with me? Okay. Good question. Great. Timothy, live birth certificate has a branding number. However, the number is not identified and is a person. It is identified with an all caps name and a 9-digit number, like every corporation is called a social security number. Sure. No, you're wrong. You're close, like I said. Yes, average guy. Thank you. Beware of legalese word symmetry and BS. What is that called? Semiotics, right? Signs and symbols. My logo is boycott the NFL. Hey, that's funny. Okay, I like it now. Thank you for answering that question. I know you want to talk about it if you got that logo, so now we're talking about your boycott the NFL. Are they still doing that NFL? See, I wouldn't even be boycott the NFL. I didn't even know the show going. I thought sports stopped with this whole via side of the thing. So see, I didn't even know. I thought they quit. I was like, oh, they must have stopped sports. Sweet. I don't, who wants to watch fixed fucking, excuse me, who wants to watch fixed shows? I got out of pro wrestling when I was quite young. Oh, yeah, Tracy, no problem. Yeah, I'm here. If you have any thoughts or questions you want one-on-one time, I have it. Get it. You schedule it. What's good for you? It's easy. No, Dee Dee's like, no, we're not going to say that. Okay. The W-2 issue is at a school. So you work for a school. No, probably not. It depends on the school. You mean it's like a state school or something like that? No, you're under the Yigawi We Trust. You're the tip of the Yigawi We spear. You're the one programming minds. You're doing the most, for the Yigawi We Trust. No one does more than teachers. And so no, you have to pay the piper. You're 100%. You're a programmer. You're a mind controller. No, you have to pay. There's no way out of that. But like if you work for private schools, a lot of times, they have a W-9. And you can fill in W-9. It's just teacher have a 1099. Yeah, at certain schools they can. I guess they can't at your school, but no. Okay. Oh, I caught up with the questions. Let's move on to another slide. Slide 2. We get up to slide 2. Yay! Here we go. This one's good. Never pay taxes. Hurrah. So 26 U.S. Code, that's, United States Code. That's the Constitution expanded, right? How we run our God we trust. And 26 is, of the United States Code, it's Title 26, different sections. The IRS code is Title 26, so that's all IRS, all right? And Code 508, that's a section there, that weird sign. Special rules with respect to Section 501c3, which is nonprofit, right? So it's a nonprofit. It says, we could go through this, but there's a mandatory exception. What? You see, you have to apply, it says in Section A. New organizations must notify the secretary that they are applying to be a 501c3. Except, and that's the good part, right? Wait a minute, except. You're like, okay, we're in 508, right? It's for 508. Then you go 508C. Oh, exception. Then you go 1, mandatory exception. What? Fantastic. And then A, churches, sure, that's one type, comma, everybody knows that one. So it's like, okay, that's how they get it right here. Comma, they're integrated auxiliaries, okay, whatever that is. Comma, and conventions, yay, which is agreement between two parties, which is yay. That make two parties. There are three parties to a trust. You could hold, two positions and be two parties. It doesn't say two persons on the website of the IRS. That's why you got it mixed up. You follow me? It's two parties. And so, and you can look it up in Black's Law. That's where they define convention. And so, anyway, so that's it. You are two parties, grantor and trustee. That's it. So that's that. So, and then it's a mandatory exception. In other words, you don't apply. Hurrah. You don't apply, you just never pay taxes. And before I look at questions, again, let's see the wording is super exact. Churches, comma, they're integrated auxiliaries. See that? Well, guess what? Never report returns by exempt organizations, right? Oh my God, that's so the print small. I'm sorry, on my side, but This is who doesn't have to, to report. Returns by exempt organizations, okay? You don't report, and here we are again. You have to report, except, right, mandatory exceptions, right? Mandatory exceptions. And this is the word for word from the other thing. We were just like a mandatory exception. Word for word. So you know they're talking about exactly the same thing. You follow? Word for it. Churches, comma, conventions. You follow? Okay? So it's right there in the code. It's easy. All right. Tony, good question. Yes. The answer to your question, Tony, is yes. So this trust can earn revenue, correct, through me working for someone through a trust via 1099. Correct. And the form you fill out to get that 1099 is a W-9 when you start working for it. You fill it out. You just fill in the trust, you fill in the EIN, and yes, you don't report, you don't send the 1099 to the IRS with no more. It's the end of the deal. You get the money, never report, you never pay taxes. Correct. Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying, Tony. Exactly. Yes. Your life is about to change, hey? If you want to boycott Walmart, at least we'll make a difference. No. What's wrong with Walmart? You can live there. I've lived at Walmart in their parking lot. When I got down to nothing before I figured this out. Yeah, how can you, boycott? It's impossible to not use. It's hard to beat Walmart, in any way, shape, or form. It's not like they pay for their products. You got to think about it. They pay for moving them, some of them, but everything pops out of the ether for free. So we have to pay for products to make them, and so on. They pay their product, payment is zero. It's just for shipping. So yeah, it's hard to beat their prices. You follow me? Their cornucopia prices. Good, average guy. You'll be in touch. See you next week. Pay your taxes each week before you get the trust, average guy. You are turning out to be pretty average, actually. I listened, but I'm going to pay my taxes. Okay. That is kind of an average decision. Oh, yeah. Edwin. Now, if one has to provide proof of income, what's the process if all money passed through the trust? Proof of income to who? You don't provide, you don't report, you don't do that. Okay, so you don't. To rent somebody? This is the way you do it. You're gonna like, it's fun, actually. It's more fun to do this, okay? Edwin, you'll enjoy it more. You'll be like, oh, I have a trust. They're like, what? You're like, oh, well, I'm like, I'm a trustee. I'm like, yeah, like one of them trust fund babies. You know what I mean? You use that program, right? You're like, I could show you bank statements if that's okay. And they're always like, oh, okay. They're like, what? You know what I mean? They're like, I've heard of you. I love it. I love doing that. You'll enjoy that. And plus, that's really about having credit for the trust. So we teach that, Edwin. That comes with the McCagg Mastery Trust. It's called Business Finance 101. That information of how, to use the credit of the trust and so on is in that information, and you kind of need it for things like that, okay? Timothy, school is pathetic, right? Right? It's so funny, school. It's like, let me pay for my slave programming. But listen, kids drive you crazy. They should have a place where they could hang out and mess around with other people their ages, or near their age or whatever, They should have some fun time. The school's not really that fun, though. You follow me? But you shouldn't take that out of children's lives. But there's lots of ways to get that in there. I homeschool my children, so, Anyway. The only revenue I can see the trust offers through credit, otherwise depend on someone putting money in the account. Yeah. There's no profit. There's just this, profit is a word. Profit is something you get taxed on. So no. Look, there's. Oh, you want the special trust where the evil we 33 are saving a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow for you in a special secret account? Like, you think the government is secretly nice. I love this every week. Now, I still serve people. I'm here helping you. You don't have to pay taxes. You don't have to report taxes. You don't see that as a benefit in your life. You can get out of property taxes. You could get EBT for free in your first year just by getting an EBT card, right? $234 a month. You get a return of 41% on the purchase of this trust in your first year. I didn't even talk about taxes. Yeah. Because your person has nothing. So your person, that business, you're running two businesses, qualifies for EBT. Give me some money. Can I get some Medicare up in here? What else you got? What state am I in? Am I way up north where they can't keep anybody up in the icy states and they give away dental and everything, up in the North Pole? I don't know. I hear those tales, but I'm in Florida. We have the beach. Like everybody leave. We don't give anything here but EBT. Thanks, G. Try to give good information. So thank you. Doing our best. Been doing it a long time with proof. There's no ripple, no negativity, not a whisper, not a nothing out of any government agency since 2016, and it's so wonderful, to finally be able to, have everyone, not just myself, get this information and change their life. So it's so much easier. Is it good to use a W-8? I don't know what a W-8 is. I've not filed. Yeah, cool. That's cool. Great. Average. That's pretty average, though. Any deposit into trust is a direct deposit. It's a grant. Anyone that puts anything into a grant, into a trust, is a grantor. Anything that goes into a trust is granted a grant, tax-free. Yay! Isn't that simple? Don't they make it simple? I love it. So, protect your assets. What's that? Assets, just anything. Your money could be Bitcoin. You could get a Coinbase account in a trust name, no problem. All you crypto. Yes, put your crypto in your trust. Absolutely. Vehicles of any kind, your car, trucks, you got a trucking business, you got a trailer, you got a boat, you got a mobile home. Yes, put it in the name of the trust. Those are big in Florida. Why, you're outside all the time. It's so pretty here. Your home, yes, not just your home, any real estate can go in the name of a trust, and then if you follow the instructions and so on, you can qualify for no real estate taxes. You could apply for that at your county level. And your business, yes, instead of, quote, your business, which is a taxable entity, use an LLC, a C Corp, something like that, your person, whatever, you don't use that anymore. You simply don't use that bank account, and you use this bank account instead, and that's it. Your payment gateway, however you're getting paid, is in the name of the trust now, not in the name of that other thing. Nothing happens to your client, your website, nothing. You follow me? Nothing happens. Your clientele knows nothing, nothing changes to your business, except no paying taxes and no reporting taxes. Business people, what? Come on. Seriously. Keep it simple, right? Totally. Keep it simple. Yes, average guy. You got to keep it simple. This simplifies your life, And plus, it's easy. It's easy to do this. You get a little training, right? We already have the documents. You just put a little bit of information, like your information. That's all. And we train you what to do with those documents. You go into the bank, they open the bank account. You're like, that's it. You're like, what do you mean that's it? No, that's it. No reporting taxes, no paying taxes forever. Yay, use that bank account. And that's the end of that. That's it. That's it. That's it. This talking about it takes longer than you doing it. Getting out of taxes for the rest of your life. And teaching the rest of your family, like, oh my God, what could you be doing better for your children? Hey, guess what? No taxes forever for you down there. Think about that. You become, guess what? My family is the smartest family on earth. We don't pay taxes legally, and we don't report. You'd be like making super elite your family. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so you're like, okay, I read your thing there about you got an exemption, and then you're 501c3. Let me see about, for you fence sitters, for you white picket fence sitters. As a gift for tax-free purchases? It can be. It can be, but listen, your trust is a 501c3, right? But how you get tax-free purchases is state by state, and they have an application you have to fill out and get approved for. And this is a 501c3, so you can go through our process. So it's kind of a pain in the ass if, for a little bit of sales tax in most people's life, But say if it matters for you, and sales tax is like a big thing for you, then it could matter. You see what I'm saying? So, nabber. Good question. Timothy, when applying for credit, the credit company has asked for direct deposit info. Yeah. Okay, just deposit info to trust. Yeah, totally. Yes, absolutely. Yes. Absolutely, Timothy. Yes, direct deposit into trust. Yes, absolutely. 100%. Okay. Yes. This, that's what I'm saying. When you do applications and stuff, it's what you think. Okay. They don't have instructions on applications. So we fill in our best information, and when it's like in our favor, I have that training, right? It's like, estimated in your favor like this. Okay, but let's get back to the slide. Good question. Keep up your questions, Timothy. You have a lot of good questions today. Okay, keep it coming. Don't stop. Don't everyone. Hey, you got questions? Bring them. That's why we're here. Okay. So, what is this? SBA, Small Business Administration, the government. And this is about PPP, and this is a FAQ, frequently asked questions about faith-based organizations. What is this? This is the government is going to tell us you don't have to apply to get a 501c3. That's all it's going to tell you. It's going to tell you black and white, okay? So, frequently asked questions regarding participations of faith-based organizations in the Paycheck Protection Program, PPP, and the EIDL. How will churches qualify if they've not been informed of tax-exempt status by the IRS? What? Do organizations have to request and receive tax-exempt status, or just meet the requirements of the 501c3 status to be eligible? See, it's going to go through this wording, right? Churches, they had included all this parentheses stuff. Integrated auxiliaries of churches. Wait a minute, this is the same wording for the IRS code. And conventions, it's IRS code, right? Qualify for PPP and EIDL. Sweet. As long as they meet the requirements of Section 501c3 and PPP and EIDL requirements. Okay, great. How about the second sentence here? Such organizations are not required to apply to the IRS to receive tax-exempt status. See 508C1A. There it is, black and white. The government is saying you don't have to apply to get 501c3 status. And that's that. It's super simple. Black and white. Okay, so if you don't get the information you need on our little chat here today on the Trust Crash Course, you can get on, email us, contact libertyaidacademy.org, no problem. You could get a session with me too and get direct one-on-one, no problem. We're going to be like, hey, let's Zoom, right? And you could ask me anything, and you get it right there. You get one-on-one, okay? So what's different about this school, right? What's different about us? We have things that no one else has, right? In regards to finances, right? We have a support team here. You see anything on the internet about getting out of taxes, you're going to buy something, there's no real people there to help you. It's all, oh crap, it doesn't work, right? And what else is different about us? We have testimonials, not just mine. I'm teaching it, I show my proof. What lawyer, what teacher, what accountant, what does that? Who does that? Right? Who does that? No, only I've done that. And then we go a step further, testimonials with notarized affidavits, right? All our successes from all our students. You know, we just have students that are super happy and can't believe it, you know. And these are, you know, these are some of our biggest skeptics, some of them. And they're like, well, I'm going to give you a testimonial if you do this. I'm like, well, we're going to do it. So then they give a testimonial. You're like, all right. You know, it's wonderful. That's what's different about us. So yeah, you could get into PPP EIDL if you had taken this training when I had been giving it. I've been giving it for years, since 2016. You've been set up for PPP EIDL. You know, like I know different people got EIDL, PPP, and so on. And you can watch, you know, videos on that. Are they going to have more government handouts? Of course. Oh, you got to get ready. I keep saying this, and people, well, I'm on the fence. Stay on the fence and don't get your future money, whatever, you know. Get credit cards, line of trust. You set up your credit profile, you're ready to get the payout from the next, you know, disaster they're going to create that doesn't happen, but the disaster is going to be money in your pocket, right? Okay, you all are a bunch of liars. Okay. But I noticed you lie about something and then you hand out a bunch of money. So don't you want the money part? The lie part, not so much. But how do I apply for that money part? You see, you got to get ready. You follow? That's what I've been teaching for years. Okay? Average guy, much love, Jeff. Thank you. Gotta go. We're having a barbecue. What? Have fun. Have a great time. That's wonderful. That's really wonderful. Tell everybody, guess what? I'm not going to be paying no taxes, Labor Day losers. No, I'm just kidding. But no, like, boop. Sorry, people. Have a little barbecue, but you go to pay taxes tomorrow. But not me. Have a great time. Can you get loans with your trust? Yes. We teach that comes with it. That information, that like course itself comes with the trust. Yes. We just found that everybody wants credit. So yes, never. Erica. What happened with your personal finance trust? We removed it. It just created problems for us. How, you know, we were the only, my information was the only place that people could get real successful information to remove any debt. So the bankers wouldn't give us payment gateway to have a school or get that information, right? Because what? The United States is known for one thing and one thing only. One thing only. Censorship, right? Censorship. You can't know the truth. Just lies. So, yeah, you never learned any truth in school. So they don't teach that. So I will hopefully be putting that out as archived material somewhere, but for the moment it's not available. I did it for a decade straight, so people could have had that. Don't know why you waited, Erica. Okay, so what else we got here? Bank where you want. Yeah, you currently bank somewhere. Go into that bank and open a trust. And we give some other, you know, here's some good banks to do in different circumstances and so on. Yeah, we have that with the trading. So bank where you want, yeah, where you're currently banking, no problem. So, you know, question, what's the product? What's the product is this course. You go and get all this training, and here it is, and this is everything you get with it, right? So this is, go read on the website every detail, which is up to date there. The slide is just a hair, doesn't tell you everything. Like, it says you get an advanced financial solutions course here, but we changed it to the business finance course because everyone wants credit. And the advanced one is really what you need after that. So that course, we want to make sure that people already have all the other information, they work through it. Because the advanced stuff, you have too many questions if you don't have that basic stuff down. But what you get in the advanced class, you really, if we do that, we get no questions, really, because everything's there. And actually, you get 2 one-on-one advising sessions with me that come with this, 2 half-hour ones. So that gives you, and use them. People don't use them, but they get hung up on stuff and they don't. Yeah, let's talk. Just get some time. Got a little log jam, no problem. Really, email's a great way too because it forces you to write out your question and you get a written answer. You can refer to it. But if you just got something, use some of that time that comes with the trust and let's chat. Let's get you through that whatever thing. No biggie, okay? So you get all this information, you get everything you need to make this happen. We don't hold anything back. We just hold back the advanced one because, you really got to do this first part training and get your trust open before you get to that second part. That's all. We just don't want to give it to you out of order. People jump ahead and they just have all these questions that if they had just done the basics and opened their trust, it'd be easy. So, questions, contact liberty8academy.org. Anything you need, all right? Credit unions accept trust, yeah. Some of them do, yeah. I don't know why anyone would use a credit union, but there are reasons. Maybe you get paid or whatever. But yes, sure, absolutely. No, Erica, we won't be doing that anymore. We won't be showing people how to get a house or remove your mortgage and all that stuff. That information caused them to close the entire earth. I know you probably didn't notice that and what level that went to, but so we're keeping our school open, and I will be getting out some information. I am going to write a book under another name and get some information out and get that information out. But this school, per se, itself, no. And under my name, no. You won't be able to search for that and find it anymore. It was too successful. It's the only successful banker meeting stuff. I'm the only human that's done, 50 court cases against the bankers that's alive. And I got the proof and everything. So, I just became the best. And so this trust helps everyone. It's so quickly without problems that it just became important to focus on this. You follow? Because if people don't have this, they just don't have any hope, you see, if they don't have the trust. Okay, Timothy. Just goes to show how dumb the bankers and government is, yeah. If they allow folks to cancel the debt, then it would be considered taxable income by credit and canceling that now. Boy, you're really trained, dude. But they don't have the paperwork of that, so they don't have any proof of that. They don't have a signed contract to get that money, so no. That stuff doesn't hold up, and I figured out how to beat it all, Timothy, and that's what Erica was talking about. So that decade passed, and now it's thumb the screws time. But the trust will make it so they can't touch you, can't poke you, can't jab you. They can't force services upon you. Do you follow me? Which is extremely important now, or force you to a location. They cannot force you. They cannot use force to apply you to do something. They cannot do that if you sign this trust. However, they can, if they have services in their location, they can block you from using a service. Do you follow? Okay, that's the difference, okay? You may not be able to access every service, but they can't, force stuff on you. That's the benefit of this trust, okay? All right, great questions today. That was the trust crash course, if there's nothing else. That was a good long session. Thank you all for coming. Dude, don't cancel your questions. They're probably good ones. Don't be like, I'm canceling. Everybody could benefit from somebody who's been long seasoned using this trust. No matter what you think, it would be useful. All right, people. Thank you all for all your input. Get the trust. You'll be much happier. You know, Big Brother looking over your shoulder, not a big happy thing, especially when you have to pay for it. and you have to report. Send a check with a coupon, so coupon everything. Yeah, okay. Okay. There are many good stories out there, Timothy. You seem to be attracted to good stories. Now, let me get into stories again. I have to do this every week. I thought I was going to get to skip this one week. But here's the way it goes. Everything is true that has proof. You follow me? Or it's not true. Now, this is human behavior and this is non-human behavior. A human, myself, right, goes, guess what? I beat the Bakers, right? Check it out. Here's my proof. That's what I did on video, right? I posted years and years ago. Here's what I did. Here's a court case of what. Here's a non-disclosure agreement. So all this stuff. Here's a proof by trust. Registered Secretary of State. Blah blah blah. Here it is. Here's everything's fine. All my proof. Here's my Social Security card with the number. Here's my driver's license. Here's my passport. All I put up on YouTube without redacting anything, including the Social Security number. Did all that. Yeah, that's all a bunch of nonsense to worry about, of course. So that's all fake, and I proved that. All fake, and I proved it. All fake. All those worries. All fake, and I proved it. Yep. And then that the trusts work, all that's true, and I proved it under my own name with ID and so on. So all that, coupon and all those other processes, unless somebody did what I did and has proof of outcome with notarized affidavits with testimonials from their clients and students, liars. You see what I'm saying? And who passes that yardstick out there? Only myself and only the school, no one else. So that's the measurement of truth, and only this school has it, and only I have it, and no one else has it, Timothy. So please don't give out methods on here or things like that because they're 100% not proven. And ours is the only place you're going to get 100% proven information. It's not possible to get it anywhere else. It doesn't exist anywhere else. That's why. Okay, so use that yardstick of truth from now on, Timothy, and you'll have a lot less of your time wasted, and you'll run into a lot more proof and truth. Okay, thank you, everyone. Next week, Timothy, come back, okay? Everyone. All right. Have a wonderful afternoon on this Labor Day. Wouldn't this be the day? Hey, I'm going to keep 100% of my labor, and the money for my labor, and you're going to keep 0%. Why doesn't this be that day? Yeah, but it's a story until you put up the proof. You follow me, Timothy? That's the point of my getting into the truth discussion, and that's why this school can be trusted and I can be trusted, and others, wow, you may be saying something that's truthful and honest. The point is, it doesn't even matter. Why spend any time on any information that doesn't have that level of proof? You follow me? I don't. I just don't spend my time on it because it may end up being inaccurate. You follow? And then you've wasted your time and energy and so on. So you follow me? So stories have to have that proof at the beginning, not at the end, but at the beginning. Otherwise, I don't need to hear a story and hear proof, because humans get excited. Oh, guess what I did? Look, because they're like, look, I want to show my proof. Look, oh my God, I got out of taxes. I got out of debt. Look. But that's exactly what you do not see on any other website. Why would they show that? It would be like, that would be all day long. Look at the proof, here's my ID here, all day long. But nope, only here. You follow me? So that's the point I'm getting into. Not saying what you're saying is the truest stuff. I'm saying you don't have proof, so there's no reason to talk about it. You follow me? And here you are talking about it some more. And see, this is a time being spent that you don't ever, people watching, don't ever spend time on someone telling a story without showing their proof first. What would be the point of it? You see what I'm saying? And that's, we can look into our world and all the websites and all that information out there, and what do we see? The V is silent, but there is, somebody got a cold? Why you why you use a lowercase l instead of an uppercase and then D? And the V is silent, like Django. The D is silent. Oh yeah, the V is silent. The silent majority, the second species, the 30, we be 33. Yeah, the storytellers. Don't tell stories on here, because the second someone starts telling a story like this, I have to go into this. Because always a storyteller comes on here, and always I have to explain this. And so I make it about you, Timothy. So stop doing this on my live program, because I would call you out every time and make an example of an individual. And every single week I have to do it, because every single week the 33 are in here and say something like this. And try to waste your time. So don't let them do that. You follow me? Okay. And if it's just your program, Timothy, lose your program.